All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the secret playbooks that modern marketers are using to absolutely crush it. And forget the boring, standard strategies you've heard 1,000 times. We're talking about the clever, the unconventional, and yeah, sometimes the controversial tactics that are quietly making a ton of money right now.
And to kick things off, let's just start with this absolute bombshell of a quote. I mean, come on, it sounds completely insane, right? But it perfectly captures just how wild and unconventional the new marketing game has become. So the big question is, how is something like this even remotely possible? Well, we're about to break it all down.
So to understand how someone can claim to make 120 grand a month, you have to realize it's not just one trick. It's about connecting the dots between 4 key playbooks. First, we're going to look at brand new ways to get customers. Then, we'll see how people are turning simple ideas into massive assets. After that, we'll get into the risky, high-reward game of profiting from viral content. And finally, we'll see how AI is basically putting this whole thing on autopilot.
Okay, first up, let's talk about the foundation of any business, getting customers. It's Business 101. But the new playbook isn't about who has the biggest ad budget anymore. Nope, it's about who has the cleverest, most creative strategy.
So let's start with this number because it's pretty mind-blowing. One marketer, Levi Munich, claims he generated 40,000 leads for just $44. Yeah, you heard me right, 44 bucks. And no, that's not a typo. He apparently did this by combining a tool called Apollo with some smart automation, which basically drove his cost to get a customer down to, well, almost nothing.
And this slide, it perfectly shows the shift. The old way was like renting a massive, expensive billboard on the highway and just hoping the right person would drive by. The new way, it's more like whispering your message directly into your ideal customer's ear. A perfect example of this whisper strategy comes from another marketer, Orson. He points to Spotify audio ads where you can target listeners of a specific podcast for as little as 5 cents a listen. That's hyper-targeting.
Okay, so you've found a super cheap way to get in front of people. Now what? You need something to sell them. And that brings us to our second playbook, content leverage. This is all about turning your ideas into valuable assets. But here's the key. You do it by building a system, not by grinding yourself into the ground.
Get ready for this number, $3 million. That's what Tommy Pedruzzi supposedly made from 1,500 ebooks. But here's the part that'll break your brain. He didn't write them, not a single word. This really highlights a huge mindset shift. It's about stop being just a creator and start being an architect. You're building a repeatable machine. It's all about systems over skills.
And here's his system, his secret sauce broken down into a super simple blueprint. Step 1, find a tiny, super specific micro topic that solves one very particular problem. Step 2, you outsource the actual writing, either to AI or to freelancers. And step 3, you just leverage Amazon's gigantic platform to handle all the hard stuff, the traffic, the payments, the delivery. It's a completely hands-off way to be a publisher.
But, what if you do want to create the content yourself? Well, guess what? There's a system for that too. Nicholas Cole shares what he calls his cheat code, the lean writing method. It's a framework for taking one single idea and systematically spinning it out into 7 different pieces of content. He claims that by using this, he totally eliminated writer's block and scaled his own ghostwriting business to 20 grand a month.
All right, so we've talked about building these clever systems. Now let's shift gears to the playbook that gave us that wild quote from the beginning. This one gets a little more, let's just say, edgy. This is the high-risk, high-reward game of profiting directly from content that's already gone viral.
So here it is, the TikTok stealing method. A marketer named Griffin basically laid out a masterclass in what you could call content arbitrage. First, you find a TikTok video of some product that's already blowing up. Then, you find that same product from a dropshipping supplier, and finally, you just repost that proven viral video on another platform like Facebook, run it as an ad, and link it back to your store.
Now look, the person who shared this strategy literally calls it potentially ethically ambiguous, and that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? The financial reward is clearly huge, but is this a business model you can actually sustain for the long term? And maybe more importantly, where do you personally draw the line on what's ethical?
From those viral hacks, we move to our final and honestly probably the most powerful playbook of them all, putting AI to work. And look, we're not just talking about using AI to help you write a few emails anymore. No, we are talking about AI becoming your entire automated marketing department. Just let that sink in for a second. Roles that used to require a whole team of people are now being automated by AI. Your creative director, your video editor, even your competitor's spy. Yep, they can all be AI agents now.
And this is not some theory about the future. People are claiming this is happening right now. We're seeing claims of AI avatars generating over $51,000 a month just from writing Amazon reviews. We're seeing AI agents that act as your personal competitor's spy, sending you alerts in real time when they launch a new ad. It's wild. One marketer even claimed to have made 97 grand from a single offer promoted by an AI influencer.
And this really gets to the heart of it all. The power isn't just in having access to the AI tool, it's in knowing how to command it. This quote nails it. It explains why you have experts spending weeks, literally, reverse engineering how to talk to these AIs. Mastering the prompt, that's becoming the new essential skill. That's the superpower. So when you actually put some of these monthly income claims side by side, the scale is just staggering. From the TikTok arbitrage to the AI-driven systems, we're looking at tactics that are reportedly generating life-changing revenue. It just goes to show you how powerful some of these hidden playbooks can really be.
So after digging through all these different tactics, you start to see a clear pattern emerge, right? There are 4 big trends. 1, getting customers is all about clever, low-cost automation now. 2, success with content is becoming more about the system you build than your own raw talent. 3, using viral content is a shortcut, but it's a high-risk, high-reward one. And 4, AI is weaving its way into every single step of the marketing process.
And all of this leads us to one big, final question for you to chew on. As these playbooks get smarter and more automated, does success in the future depend more on being the best system architect than on being the most skilled creator? What does that mean for the skills you're building right now? Definitely something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.